and gentlemen, in honor of 1992 being a leap year, we would like to welcome you to this evening's slide presentation entitled Great Leaps of Faith Throughout History. The commitment that these brave souls gave who took incalculable risks. First slide, please. And first discovering gravity.
Getting those in backwards. That would have been painful. Okay, thanks for coming tonight. Can I see a show of hands real quick? How many people have ever been to an improv show before in your lives? You have been to one. Okay. How many people have not been to one? Ooh, okay, a considerable number of people. How many people have been to one but have never seen Flash Family? You'll all be tested on this later. You can raise your third hand. Okay, let me explain quickly how this works. We do everything completely from scratch based on suggestions we get from you. No discussion backstage or malice aforethought, as it were. So to get you in a suggestion-giving mood, we just ask you to shout them out. You don't have to raise your hand. You don't need permission. For a few short seconds, chaos will reign. So when I ask for a suggestion, you'll just yell out the first thing that pops in your mind. Please don't censor it, and we will use the absolute first thing we hear. So if I say, what was your least favorite thing about the holidays, you would say...
Relative.
Cooking. Yes, exactly. Okay, but you have to be bold and yell out loudly. Some of us are hard of hearing from too many years with rock music in our teens. And if I said, how you got here tonight, you would say, car! Yes, car, bus, car, taxi, great. And your favorite color would be? Blue! Blue, everyone's blue! Let's just call a show and Doug and I will take you guys out for a drink.
I said orange!
Orange, relevant. A Cal fan, obviously. Okay, for our first piece tonight, that's how it works. So be bold and shout out, especially people in the back, because we have a little trouble here and way back there. There are so many frisky folks in the front rows. So for our first piece tonight, I need a simple activity that two people might be engaged in.
Bungee jumping!
Bungee jumping, I heard first down in front. Bungee jumping, thank you.
Mort, don't do it! What'll happen? What'll happen to me and the kids? What if that thing breaks? It looks awfully frayed to me.
Freeze! Okay. That's the last batch. All right. Now our summer cottage is finally ours.
Oh, no, look.
Freeze!
Feeling better, master?
Yes, I am.
Then ring the bell. Bring the townspeople in.
Haley.
Hey, you know, when we decided to do that live mural of bat entomology for the science fair, I didn't know we were going to have to be here like all night.
Well, yes, change your angle slightly. It'll get rid of the knots in your shoulders.
Freeze! I love being a centipede.
Freeze!
And I declare this Isabella for Queen Isabella. No.
Why don't you try something with a little bit more sensitivity in it?
Wait,
I declare this.
wait. Let's try it the other way around. Okay. For Queen Isabella. Yeah.
Freeze!
clothes are pretty stylish.
Well, welcome once again to this week's show. This is Off the Beaten Path. I'm your host, Keith Anderson. Oh. Yes, we'll be taking you a few of those unusual spots that you may not even have heard of. Places in the Bay Area that you'll want to be going to in the future. That's why I'm here. We'll show them to you. Now, we're headed up the road here a little ways where there's a natural park, a space set off by the state to preserve the wildlife there. And that wildlife is?
Wallabies.
Wallabies, yes. Please join me as we head on down the road.
All right, over here. Everybody over here. Over here. Good, good. Okay, now today we're going to learn how to sit, stay, and beg.
This little pasture may look like any normal field, but it's not. Because in here, within the confines of this compound, unusual things jump around. Join me.
Sit, stay.
Hi, Alice. Nice to see you.
I'm sure glad you could come.
Yeah, me too. Glad we could be here. I see you have your hands full. A little schooling going on here.
Meet Deirdre, Kevin.
Yeah.
This is Shannon, Colleen, and this is Michael.
Hopefully we won't be testing me on those names. They all look so much alike.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell one long nose from another.
Yeah. Well, you can sort of tell by their eyes, you know. Some are a little bigger, some are slanted up, some are slanted down, some are real close to their nose, some are closer to their ears.
Now that you mentioned it, Michael, for instance, looks angry. Is there a reason why he might be less happy than the other ones?
Well, Michael's new around here, and he's not enjoying learning what to do.
Do you put strict commands on what they're supposed to do on a daily basis?
What I do is take these wallabies and I train them like dogs, Keith. I train them like dogs so that when the tourists can come
That
and
would
see them...
explain all the paper out front.
Right. They are well behaved. They're learning how to sit, they're learning how to stay, they're learning how to beg, they're going to learn how to roll over, they're going to learn how to sit up, and they're going to learn how to shake.
Why would you do that?
I think it just makes it a nicer tourist attraction if the tourists can interact with the animals.
So you're saying any one of the folks listening and looking in tonight could come out here and actually, well, not converse, but interact in a kind of hands-on way with any one of these little bouncing creatures?
Well, as long as they brought along some meat.
Meat.
Raw meat.
They're meat eaters? I thought they ate
Yes,
small shrubs and grass and...
Well, yeah, well they did, but in order to train them, I had to give them meat. Yeah.
Now, I noticed on the way in here that there were a lot of flat and small, well, what I would have thought of as roadkill, but they weren't on the road.
Well, Keith, it is roadkill. We have lots of possums and raccoons around here, and that's where I get some of my meat for training. What you saw were the skins.
What does he want?
Meat.
Well,
Here.
explain. I don't have. Oh, thank you. Do they get pushy like that on a regular basis?
Yeah, they do. But that helps them interact with the tourists more, you know, come and see them. It's not like they run over to the corner and they cower, you know. They're really out there. They're really up there. They're around your legs. They're jumping on you. You know, they're cute.
Cute. They're around your legs. They eat meat. That's cute. A lot of cute things happen out here at the Alice's Ranch, and I'm sure you'll want to drop in. Now the hours are Monday through Friday till 6. Is that correct?
We're pretty much open until it gets dark, and then they sort of scatter and you can't find them. So yeah.
You might want to leave before the sun sets, but you'll enjoy your stay here at Alice's Ranch. We'll see you on down the road at another site in just a little bit. Alice, this was wonderful. I was really enjoying it.
Everybody has a word in their vocabulary that they drag out every now and then to impress people. What we call our 25-cent words. Could I have one? Somebody. Back there, I heard it first.
Cordwainer.
Cordwainer? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Cordwainer.
Famous Boston cordwainer. And what was another word I heard? Foible. Thank you very much.
And yet one more.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous, I heard.
Gesundheit.
Cordwainer?
Yeah.
I'm so busy remembering hers, I forgot mine.
Foible.
Foible. Thank you very much.
And ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous.
That's yours. Cordwainer. Cordwainer.
Foible. Okay, I'll go. They want me to talk to you for a minute. We want to get all different kinds of suggestions tonight. Some will be verbal, and some will be out of our control entirely. Not that those weren't. But we're going to ask Dan to take over for us, and we're going to get to experience this at the same time because he's going to play a series of different kinds of musical styles, textures, tones, whatever, and we will do the first thing that comes to our minds. Backstage, we'll come out and start a scene based on what we hear. So you'll get to see what you might do in this situation. We call this improvising with music. So the next 3 to 5 scenes will be based on this, hopefully. But I'm not here.
Damn rain! 5 years of drought and 3 months of wet. Great place. Never rains in California. My hands. Now watch his mildew. Real WD-40. Good as new.
Young lady you're expecting is here. Shall I show her in?
Oh hell, why not? The cable's out again.
As you want. This way, ma'am. Sir? Is there anything else you'll need from me now?
Yeah, no chemicals. Wait, that'll be all. Come back at the usual time tomorrow. What am I going to do without TNT? Damn. Oh, Lucy, good to see you again. Come in, child. Oh, you're all soaked. Let me turn up my DeLonghi heat machine here.
I got a letter today from your lawyer.
Well, you know, ever since you moved out of the neighborhood, I haven't had anybody to talk to. You used to come and, sit on the porch with me and, we'd talk about life, your boyfriends, where you're gonna go to college.
You always made me feel very welcome.
No,
Just like a member of the family.
Well, my kids are all dead. I think of them as dead. They're all trash. No good hoodlum. They're a bunch of Republicans. One of them was working on Duke's campaign. Cut his ass off just like that. So, I had my will rewritten.
I know he told me.
Who told you?
Your lawyer.
Big mouth.
Told me that.
It's supposed to be a surprise for your 29th birthday. Well, the cat's out of the bag. No.
Oh, I never knew that you were my grandpa. All those years I thought you were just a dear old man who was taking an interest in my life.
I guess more than the cat's out of the bag.
I don't know how to treat you now.
Nuts. Well,
Can I call you?
guess a little your nibble of gratitude's out of the question now. Maybe the cable's back on.
May I call you Grandpa? Or would you rather I stick with Mr. Clark like I always called you?
Oh, God. Well, Grandpa makes me feel so old.
I never had a grandparent before. Do you
Could you
mind
just
if
call
I
me Bernard or
sit
something?
in your lap?
Well, that's an improvement.
I always wanted a grandpa.
I always wanted a 29-year-old granddaughter. Told me we wouldn't get stuck out here in the swamp. Getting your goddamn Yugo.
How come it's light? It's not even 5:30 yet.
I don't know if that's light or marsh gas or what. This is the most snake-infested, bug-infested, baddest smelling, darkest, muckiest little piece of shit in the whole world.
It's not that bad a car. Get better. Is that you?
I hope not.
That didn't sound entirely happy, did it? Whatever it was. You want a Twinkie?
No sugar, it's gonna attract more bugs. Give me the cutters. Thanks. Just to keep maggots away. There you go. Now, where was this property you wanted to show me? Severe tire damage.
But in time for a sense of humor, it means I shall return. And I will, now that you have told me. You have told me that you love me, and you want no one but me.
Breathe. Now the leader in greeting cards brings you videotapes. Yes, Hallmark videotapes for those moments when you didn't have the words. Just $9.95. Mail away today. Yes, just $9.95 for Hallmark greeting videotapes. You too can share those loved words with a loved one.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of you who believe in improv, please clap your hands. Peter Pan there for a minute. That was improvising with music with Dan Reich. Okay, and I'll be back later.
Yes, now we're headed east. Straight across the Richmond Bridge, and we're heading out to a small hunk of land where there's a business that you wouldn't hardly expect. And an elderly couple runs this place. We heard about it from Emma Potts, who wrote in and told us about it. She thought this business, which is
French pizza and TV.
French pizza
And
TV, was an unusual business. I think you'll agree. Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, it's coming in much better. Yeah. It's time for Gaelic news. They still haven't built that goddamn tunnel, you know? The French people won't let English people in. Nice pizza.
Thanks.
Now watch it, you're getting escargot on my pants here.
Get your hands up.
Oh! Just like our wedding night.
Well, here we are, and I think you can hear already the commotion inside. Probably means they've begun for the day. Let's join them. Hi, guys. Hope I'm not disturbing you now.
Not at all, you young Keck. Come on in here.
Whatever happened?
Oh, smells delightful. Is this where all of the cooking takes place?
This is where all the cooking and the watching takes place. It's done simultaneously, which is what makes this particular product unique.
Oh look, Catherine Deneuve. She's aged well, hasn't she?
So now,
That means we put a little French dressing on this pizza. Yeah.
so you're cooking for what's on TV?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take the handle and see what we put on
Well,
there.
that preempts my first question because I wasn't sure, I wasn't clear, and it wasn't clear in the letter we received why the TVs went with the pizza. But they're the inspiration for what's being cooked.
It's a theme.
It's a theme.
These are theme pizzas.
Yeah.
The themes are created by whatever day of the week it is and what channel we happen to hit first, and then we switch.
Now, is that why they're also square in shape?
Some are square, some are round, depending on what we're watching. The square ones and the round ones.
Yeah, please give us an example of how that might be affected by what's on TV.
You know, it's the square ones
Yes?
are not round. See, these are high definition pizzas over here. They're a little bit longer than they are wide, see? So you get 1/3 as much pizza.
So you're more full when you're done eating that?
That's right, and you have the whole pizza panorama rather than just one little part of the pizza. And there's more than 525 lines of cheese on there.
And that pizza, pepperoni tastes even more pepperoni-ish than, say, the others.
Pepperoni-esque, as we say in French.
They just mentioned Greek on that quiz show
Oh,
there.
shit.
That's okay. Olives, I'm ready.
Okay.
We'll just stand back and watch you guys work for a moment because I'm sure that none of us have seen anything quite like this before. And
You should get involved. Give them the remote, dear.
Great. We only give this to men.
this will be great. Now, should I worry about you, the pacing, or any of that stuff, or just go ahead and...
Challenge us. Come on.
You know, we used to have a Swedish TV and pizza place, but it was too damn depressing.
Okay, well, here we go.
You gotta turn it up, I can't hear it.
She's got a new hairdo.
Oh yeah,
That looks much better on her than last week.
yeah.
You're doing more watching than cooking. Is that common?
It keeps from gaining too much weight. You eat too many of these pizzas and you,
Call out what you see in there, Keith.
Well, what I'm saying, well, right here, bass fishing on ESPN.
Fish.
bass fishing, okay.
I got sardines.
Yeah.
Here's Gilligan's Island rerun.
I got some kelp.
We have kind of a fish water theme kind of going here, don't we?
Water.
National Geographic. Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau. Oh,
The underwater reefs around Australia.
a jellyfish.
Soaps, all my children.
So,
Trevor's baby food, right there.
okay, that's enough for now, Keith. I think we've got our winner here. We're going to name this one in honor of you.
As long as I don't have to eat it, that's fine.
That's part of it, Keith. It's an initiation process. Everybody who comes here who helps us to invent a new pizza gets the first slice.
Of course, you'll be eating it with me.
Right after you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can tell what a delightful place this will be, and someplace you might want to stop around lunchtime or dinner, because you'll also want a sample of the fine wares made here. Now, do the various people who stop in have an opportunity to also take part in the creative process?
You bet. Hands up, Pete.
Well, we'll just be munching along right now for a moment, but we'll join you later. We have another delightful episode just a little bit later. Thank you. The suds, the bubbles.
Good evening, poetry lovers. I'm so glad you could come tonight because we have a special treat for you. We have a world-renowned poet, but he's not from this country. Where is he from?
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia, that's right. I would like you to welcome tonight, please, Hegel Minsowski. Hegel has come all the way from his country to our country to promote his new book of poems, and he is going to recite one of them tonight for us. In order for those of you in the back to help you, if you can't quite hear Hegel, we have someone who will be signing this poem for you. Would you please welcome Peter Pinsk. Would you please tell us the title of Hegel's poem?
The fly is water.
Sweat. I will be translating tonight.
Będzie prosić to skajać? O, nigga, no. Nie stoi się w klasie dzisiaj w gęsko strumlac.
The ice was coming down in drops outside my window.
Ja to... Jako skutnicie garka blochy to що jest?
It was nothing compared to the ice in my heart.
No nie... No ty się skrytnie biecha, doj szwanłeki bracha, doj...
My heart was like the winter. My heart was like the ice since you left.
Коняцко з'їв блохай, дой сидіть, ехать. То ще рахи бой, ну я поїду до саді.
I walk the streets. The sidewalks are glistening. They reflect the glistening tears in my eyes.
Столітника стродиться столична, як одньот боротись.
How could you leave me? How could you leave me? How could you leave me? Did I beat you? No. Did I love you? Yes, yes, yes. You said I didn't
That's not sweat. That's tears.
We're real close now. Our next stop. As we head down or back or someplace on this road, we're going to our last stop for today. A fine little historical spot where part of our history is stored and taken care of. That part is
the Imelda Marcos Shoe Museum.
yes, that famous all of leather, the Marcos Shoe Museum. Please, join me. Oh, isn't that cute? The sign says, take off shoes before entering. Well, hi.
Hello there, Keith.
I'm Keith Anderson, as you probably know.
Yes, you're Keith Anderson. I know that.
We're off to an excellent start.
I like to get off to a good start with my visitors.
And your name, if I remember correctly, was...
Walter Copernicus Johnson IV.
Yes, Walter. Thank you.
I prefer to be called Wally, or just Ford.
From now forth, I'll just call you Wally.
Why don't you just call me Wally from now forth?
Okay, I will. Thank you, Wally. Can we get past this segment?
Well, just having a little fun at your expense.
Well, I've set my shoes here by the front door, which is probably where you'll set yours when you visit this fine establishment. As I understand it, this has only been here a couple of years and is already a very popular spot.
Well, yes, since the shoes were removed from the vaults at the Malacanang Palace, they were sort of in limbo, probate, and no one could decide what to do with them, of course, until Ferdinand died. And then Imelda was grief-stricken, and Corey as I like to call her, she's a close personal friend of mine. Actually, did you know that Corey was a hostess during World War II? That's where I met her, actually. I was stationed on Tinian in the Marianas, and Corey was shipped in as a hostess. And
Whoa, you got a little tick in your eye. Have you noticed that? It's a kind of...
that was supposed to be a conspiratorial wink.
Oh, how clever of you. I do that. Just a little joke
Of course,
at your expense.
hostess was a euphemism for joy girl, bundling partner, whoopee wench, that was trying to circumspect to spare Corey's feelings.
Please, Wally, to continue on. Would that be where her interest in shoes first began?
No, Corey Aquino is not the shoe woman, and Melda is the shoe woman. Well, you young people today have no sense of history. Now,
Well, that's why we've come here, to let you perhaps lead us down the right path.
I will if you'll give me the chance.
Wally is a unique and interesting, if not tenacious.
Remember, Keith, I'm wearing
Museum
shoes
guy.
and you're not. That's why I ask all my visitors to remove their shoes. It puts me in a position of power. Now,
that's a fine pump you're handling there.
yes, it is. This is the 9.5D.
Why don't you turn that so they can see that on camera?
This is the 9.5D with the 4.5-inch spiked heel, and you'll notice on the bottom these two little pieces of Velcro. Very few people know that Imelda was an avid tap dancer, and she would often put on tapes of white nights and dance along in the privacy of the presidential palace while Ferdinand was in his oxygen tent.
There are stories she actually danced on the oxygen tent.
Well, no, she had to dance on plywood, I'm afraid. She couldn't risk striking any sparks with the oxygen tent. Now this is a fine number. This is a Hirachi made of This is a hirachi, actually made of human skin, and I believe this was flayed from the back of a chauffeur who spilled Imelda's drink while rounding a sharp turn on the way to the Clark Air Base one afternoon. She was going for a state luncheon, and she became very cross with him, and of course had him seized by a death squad. And
I like the thumbnails down the front.
yeah,
it's almost like a buckle effect, isn't it?
She was a cruel woman, but fair. They only took enough to make the shoes. And then they let him go. Like a road rash.
Now I noticed there's a whole bunch of slippers over here. Do the slippers have any interesting stories that go with them?
Well, this pair here, actually, it resembles a fuzzy bunny, but you'll see if I insert my hand, and, see the 8-inch steel spike that comes out of the bunny's nose? Imelda was fond of wearing these during the final days of the Marcos regime. They were her
How
killer
was
house.
the blade released in that?
It was released by a complex pattern of big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, little toe. And so she wouldn't accidentally release the blade at an inappropriate time.
I can only imagine. Now, does that have Velcro on the bottom as well?
No, these are not suitable for tap dancing. You can imagine while executing a time step, the spike were to come out, you could rupture the ankle joint seriously. So you
Now, it's staggering, isn't it, to believe that all of these shoes, footwear, could belong to one person. But is that true, that these all are from her personal collection?
Well, it's kind of like the Smithsonian, Pete. Belle actually had so many shoes that we rotate them around. You could spend 1 minute looking at each pair of shoes, and if you went immediately from pair to pair, you could not see all of Imelda's shoes in 100 years.
And stretched end to end, they would go to the moon and back twice, is that?
Yes, and I'm sure someone else would pay the bill, too.
Just a little humor at your expense. Very little, I can tell. Well, yeah, I like it, though, and I'm sure all of the people here will.
I'm sure all the people here will like it, Keith.
I think that's just what I said, Wally, but you never can be sure. Now, is there any special event during the season that the people might want to know about? Any thing where you set out a special display?
Well, yes,
or?
we do have the ancient art of the Filipinos who will come and dance the tinakling, while another set of Filipinos are actually waxing the tongues of their shoes as they dance, and the death-like sticks click back and forth, nipping only inches from their ankles. It's quite a fascinating event.
And I'm sure you'll all want to be here for that. There's bound to be some blood drawn.
Hold on to your hats.
Another fine, off-the-beaten-path example of Americana in the Bay Area.
It's a fine example of Americana.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and I'm sure you'll be seeing many people who have viewed this show today down at this fine museum. That's all for today. I hope you'll join us next week on Off the Beaten Path.
One of my favorite things to do in San Francisco is people watch. And a good place to do that is in any of the little neighborhood parks that are spotted all over the city. Sometimes when it's a quiet day on the phones, I'll take my lunch and a book and go up to Lafayette Park, which is right a block above the office, and sit there and pretend to read. The book gives me an excuse to go up there and look like I'm doing something, so I can choose to interact or not. But it gives me an opportunity to people watch. So I'd like to invite you to join me at Lafayette Park. Bring your lunch, bring your binoculars, bring your book, whatever you like. And while I'm there, would somebody up in the back over there tell me something that you've read? Spiders, thank you. And from somebody in the back on that side,
Horror shows.
What was that?
Horror shows.
Horror shows, thank you. Spiders and horror shows. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on. Ooh. Okay.
You know what? Even though they got 8 legs, they're pretty slow. Would you like to meet my pet spider?
Sure.
Good.
From there.
Sydney, meet the nice lady on the bench. Oh, look. He's waving one of his legs at you. Whoops! Oh, I think he wanted to get in your lap.
Is this seat taken?
You know, I got Sydney when he was no bigger than a thumbtack. And look at him now.
That was huge.
There's a lot of flies in there.
Seen any good movies lately?
You know, this is the most sociable spider I have ever owned. He just loves other people. You know, even if I have to go out and someone has to take care of him, he'll just crawl all over whoever it is, you know? He doesn't care. He just loves to meet other people. You know, he gets bored with just me.
There's a great movie in here about spiders.
I'm not surprised.
It's called Arachnophobia. It's not suitable for younger children.
You know, I was wondering if you had a spider, because I need to mate him. He's getting very aggressive. And I think if I find him a mate, you know, and he had some kids, you know, he'd settle down a little bit.
I like scary movies. Do you ever like to sit in the dark way at the back of the theater and right at the scariest point, you lean forward to the person in front of you and go,
Say, did you ever kiss a spider? You know, he looks very hairy, but this is very soft hair. It's not wiry.
sometimes it makes it like you do an imitation of the monster from Alien. Want to see? I'm sorry, I saw it in a movie.
Chair detail. Excuse me, chair detail.
This is improvised.
We're in the union, he has to let us.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for a couple of things, and I'm going to need some help. Usually, in some of our shows, we have baskets or boxes where we ask you to fill out slips with one of the three elements of any scene: a who, a what, and a where. Of course, we didn't prepare to do that tonight, so we're gonna come out and I will get the who because I'm first, and somebody just whisper a who in my ear. That means a character trait, an occupation, a name, anything that gives us a character. And one of these two people get a who. I'll get a what?
I'll get a where.
Thank you.
And I'll get the what, which is an
Okay.
activity or an object.
And the idea is that the reason we're doing it this way is that it's just totally random what the three elements are. So they have nothing to do with each other whatsoever.
So don't listen to any of the other suggestions.
No. So who's got a who?
Oh no, well.
We're gonna
come out there and get it from you.
Yeah.
I'll take a what. Who's got a what?
Goldfish bowl.
Who?
Got a what?
What?
complimentary champagne and caviar?
Crew ate it again.
Have you already?
Yes. I have a who. The who is Loverboy.
What is professional bowling?
And the where is Concord, New Hampshire.
This is it, Marge.
Wow! A real bowling place.
I know. Who would have thought, out in the middle of this little town?
I never would have imagined. They're going to have a big tournament here, huh?
Yeah.
That means men with strong arms, huh?
Well, I don't know about that, Marge. But how about you and me playing a couple of sets here?
Oh, I'll break my nail.
Oh, they have special balls with nail covers.
Ah, perfect.
Here you go.
I'm awesome. All right, I'll go first.
Oops.
Ellen, it's like a dance to watch you out there.
Oh,
The way you throw your foot.
Maybe next time I'll hit something.
I didn't even watch that part. I couldn't take my eyes off you.
Okay, you go.
You left all the pins up for me.
Yeah.
Was that a lustful yell for help I heard?
Could be.
Loverboy, at your service.
Loverboy!
Yes, wherever there's a damsel in distress, wherever there's a woman in need of help, wherever there's a chick I can have, I'm
Well, we are in distress. I didn't knock any of those pins down. And Marge here, she doesn't want to break her nails.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
She doesn't want to break her nails.
Well, I think I can help with that. I'll break them ahead of time. No problem. Let's see them. Oh, no problem, honey.
That wasn't what I had in mind. I wanted to save my nails, so my
Oh,
hands
let's go
would be-
backwards then.
Why, they're lovely.
Thank you. Is there anything you need done while I'm here?
Would you teach me how to knock them all down?
And win large amounts of money.
And go on a bowling tour?
If there's anything I'm good at, it's knocking them all down. Yes, it'd be my honor. My pleasure. In fact, I'd be happy to do it. Now, which of these lanes are you bowling on?
Well,
Odd number, I hope.
facing that way.
Okay. Start with a small breath, just to get them off balance. Then take it up and simply throw it at them. It's as simple as that. Excellent.
They're down!
There's a hole in the back of the building.
Do you own the building?
No.
Then who cares?
Loverboy! Where have you been all our lives?
Just down the street, at a little bakery, doing meeting a couple women down there.
You're strong and handsome and virile and...
Yes, that's why I am Loverboy!
All right, I'm back again. I told you I'd be back. How many of you are waiting with any kind of exuberance for the Oscars this year, the Academy Awards? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, I'll be back later. Well, one of the reasons you may be kind of tepid about that is because every year they recognize the same song as Best Song of the Year. Have you noticed that? Every song that wins because it sounds like the one the year before. There's been some exceptions, but very few, especially during the 70s and the early to mid 80s. There's a generic song that always wins. It's sort of like every singer on Star Search sings the same song. So tonight we thought we'd have some fun with that, and we put all of the last 30 Oscar-winning songs into a computer and came out with a generic song. How many of you bought Susan My Christmas album? Our duets? Anybody buy that? Sue and I are known for our duets. So before we bring her out, we're going to ask for a phrase that you might hear in a relationship.
Later.
Okay, but expand on it.
Later, I have a headache.
Later, I have a headache. Okay, that just so happens to be the winning Oscar song in the near future. So to sing the song tonight, joining me, Sue Walden.
You're so warm, you're so wonderful. I can hardly resist you.
But I know you will, 'cause it's not time yet.
That's right. I've had a very hard day.
Excusez-moi.
I've had to speak all day.
I'll call your mom.
My feet hurt and my arms hurt from carrying papers here and there all day.
Your head may be throbbing, but so am I. I know I'll die. Later I got a headache. What a pile of crap. I think I'll take an eternal nap. I got a headache. My life is over. I cannot sleep a wink. I think I'll go out and have too much to drink because
Watch for their music video coming on MTV next week. I'd like to mention now, just before we break, that classes will be starting next week. So if you want to learn how to do some of this stuff, get a brochure and call Sue because they're a lot of fun. And let's see, what else was I going to mention? Yeah, there are sample workshops if you just want to come to one and get a taste of it, or there are workshops that go on for a few weeks. So please look at a brochure and see. Go out, have something to eat, something to drink, and come back in 10 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second. whispered suggestions, we've had musical suggestions, we've had shouted suggestions. We come to the time in the show where those of you who've been here before know now we want a real physical object for a suggestion. So who's got something? We need an actual object, something that you have in your hand, something large enough that it can be seen from the back and we won't break, something we can't break. So fish around. There's something right here. Okay. Okay, we have something. We have object. We have object.
Oh, I lost that.
So our job now is to take this object and montage on it, explore.
The itsy bitsy spider.
At this time of the year, one of the options in buying roses is to get them bare rooted.
Along with that petrified woman we found in the peat moss, we found a part of a cow.
What do you think, Thing? Should I take another card?
I don't know. It's just not me.
The African squid has thicker tentacles and propels it.
But Dad says I have a limp handshake.
Now, this has a nice look, you'll have to admit, but if you try this one, you'll see that it's a lot more distinct.
Cows too cold to milk in the morning? Try the new Udder Glove.
Of course, when starting off on the bagpipes, you may want to try the piccolo bagpipe first.
Your teenager got an active sex life? Try the 5-shot repeater.
Which was it? Yeah, I know. I really want that back. You won't hear it.
Now comes the portion of our show we call life. And what we're looking for here is a broad concept that goes across race, that goes across religion, that goes across age or gender, that you might deal with in your life. Some of the suggestions we've had before for this are things like lust, divorce, sex, greed, truth, justice, the American way. We've had lots of broad suggestions because we do several scenes on one theme. So what I'd like from you now is to think of a theme that you would like to see us explore in a little bit deeper way. Whoa, I heard something billity back there. Senility. Thank you.
What the hell was that suggestion? What? What is it on? What are we working on? What? Did you get the right
What is something that comes with senility?
Gray hair.
Gray hair. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Time for trimmies.
Don't hack off my wart.
I certainly won't. Promise you keep your hands under the sheet this time.
I can't help it. You got me tied to it.
You're looking quite dashing this morning. There. You know what? Your gray's coming back. Let's just take care of that. See, your number 46 mixed with a little 32.
That's right, you told me it's a Strom Thurmond model. God, you're doing this without painkillers, too.
Listen, the women come in here for their cuts and they can't stop talking about you. They say, that Oscar, he's such a fox. Just so hot for you. Especially Edna. She's real. So she does nothing but talk about you.
Oh, God, Edna.
Blend that in. Whoops.
Boy.
Little smudge.
Edna's got quite a set of gums on her.
Let me get this one. There. That's all over now. It's nice and even. There's just a slight shading right here of gray to look natural, so you look distinguished still.
Yeah, well,
There.
my people told me you didn't do my ears last time. Gotta match my ear hair.
There. Hey, little chest here. There.
Well, I haven't looked down there in a while.
Okay.
Let me loose.
I think you look great. I think you're just going to absolutely knock them dead. And listen, I'm tired.
Thank you very much. Oh, God. Oh.
There. Now, you going to pay me before you go this time?
Well, I thought I'd go out and check it out first. You know, if I get any benefits from having this, oh hell, I'll pay you. Take my senior discount card.
You bet I will.
Okay. There you go. Here's a dime for yourself.
You fox, you.
Hey, is there anyone working the counter? Come on, I'd like to order some McNuggets. Hey! Hey, is there anyone back there? Look, I don't know who you are, the doughboy or something, but could you get one of the kids out here? I'd like to get some food.
I'm working the counter today.
You look older than the counter. Could you just give me some help, please?
Well, what do you want?
I'd like some of the McNuggets. Give me a, I don't know, a double McBurger and a large Coke. That's regular fries, not the small ones, not the big ones.
That's McNuggets. Regular fries, not the large fries. And a Coke.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Smart guy.
All right. Well, okay. You gonna move and get the stuff, or?
It's computerized. Some kid with pimples out of sight cooking your food. You know, these damn kids, they come to work and I can smell their cologne before they even pull into the parking lot. They're whoompada music making their car fenders vibrate.
What's that got to do with my food?
I'm working here so I don't have to eat dog food. Bush is cutting my benefits. No wonder he puked all over the jam.
Let me pay. I'll just pay and then I'll sit down. Sorry, I didn't mean anything about getting someone else to help here. You obviously know what you're doing.
There's 10, 10's 20. Like one of our game pieces?
Huh?
It means would you like one of our game pieces?
I'm sorry, I thought maybe you were making fun.
Jesus, I'm the one with the hearing aid.
I'm sorry, I'm a little touchy. I didn't expect to have someone...
Shit, Sherlock! Jesus, right. All right. Your burger will be up in a minute.
Thank you. How courteous of you. So,
You want to make yourself again?
hey, I'm on a low sodium diet, okay?
Salt substitute. Or fill a shaker with it so I can nibble on fries when the manager's not looking.
So why are you working here? I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I worked one of these places, but I was only like 15, 16 at the time. It wasn't even that much fun then.
Well, because some horse's ass that looks a lot like you with a power tie and suspenders engineered a merger, bought out 2 companies. One of them was the one I used to work for and retired from. Then he took everybody and fired it, broke up the company to pay off the debt, and the pension plan went right down the crapper. Does that answer your question? I expect it does. McNuggets.
I mean, you're living off the money you make at this place? I mean, they can't be paying you, what, more? 3, 4, 4.5 an hour?
I'm a roller skating car hop at Mel's, too.
Okay, Mr. Ferguson, how was our patient today, huh? Looking pretty good? What? I'm sorry? Yes, that is an S. Yes, an S. So, what? I'm terribly sorry. We gave you a penile implant. Not a senile implant.
Come in, have a seat. Let me explain a few things to you. Is your husband here?
Yeah, he's in the waiting room.
Well, bring him in. He should hear this too. It affects both of you.
Arthur. This is my husband, Arthur.
Right.
No, Dr. Williams.
Nice to meet you. You sure it's okay?
Absolutely. Please sit down. It absolutely affects both of you. I mean, he's going to be moving in with both of you, and even though he's your father, you're going to have to be living with him. There's a few things you need to understand. You're absolutely right. The rest home does not agree with him. For one thing...
I think it's more he doesn't agree with the rest of them, personally.
Well, it's not a match. Let's put it that way. We do not have a match here. So it's really important that you get around people who are younger. There's something that most people don't understand. Senility is a disease. It is not a part of old age.
Pain in the ass is what it is.
That's true. What's wrong is the man is not getting enough stimulation. The brain is very much like other parts of the body. Use it or lose it. So he needs to start using his brain. So you need to get him out of here, get him enrolled in some classes. You need to get him around people who are younger than him who will stimulate him. He's taken
So he can bark at him and offend them too? I mean, that's the problem over at the house, right? He's offended everybody there. He doesn't know what to say or when. He's rude.
He's rude because he's bored.
See, what did I tell you? I thought I would bring him maybe a couple hours a day to the daycare center where I work.
That would be
They
great.
have this sort of
Permanently scar some kids, huh?
surrogate grandparent program. That would be to read a book, to the kids, or help him out on the playground, and
Put him in charge of something. They're treating him like an idiot here
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's so cranky.
They're treating him like an idiot because he acts like an idiot. Let's not jump around this thing. He's a rude, ornery man who doesn't want to live, and that's the way it is.
well, Arthur, excuse me, Doctor.
Certainly.
What is your solution?
I'd just leave him at the house and at the home and let him deal with him as best they can.
They're kicking him out, Arthur.
Try another one.
Well, unfortunately, you always have to have references, and so they're going to call and ask, and he won't be accepted. I think this is not as big a problem as it seems. Now, he's been talking with
Look,
Maria.
I don't want him in our house, okay? I mean, it's rough enough. We have our own squabbles. I don't want him in the middle of it all the time.
He's trying to learn Spanish from Maria, so I would suggest maybe a night class learning Spanish.
Great. There's an adult ed facility right down the
Right,
street.
and learning another language is one of the best ways to flex those mental muscles. Now, another thing that he's shown a real interest in is painting. There's an expressive arts class downtown that I know has a sliding scale.
I don't
Get him in
think
that.
dipping your hand in a can of paint and wiping it on your shirt is an interest. You're glossing this all over. You're trying to paint a picture out of this that it isn't. I mean, face it. The man is like over the edge and about to fall, and you're trying to save him with these classes and make it sound like he can do anything he wants and that he can be himself the old way.
Arthur, I think you're the one who's over the edge.
You are manifesting some very similar symptoms to what you are
What's an aspect of aging that you feel positive about?
Lots of families.
What is that?
Lots of families.
Lots of families. Thank you.
Gosh, Dad, you sure are good at baseball. Throw me another one, Dad. Dad, you're a terrific catch, Dad.
Hey, Coach, I think I understand finally.
Catch, Dad.
You know, the things you said last week about the game and how I had to be more aggressive, it makes sense to me now.
Catch, Dad.
You know, you're all right for a older man.
You're terrific, Dad. Whoa, fast and low,
You
Dad.
may have changed my whole life. I wish my dad were like you. I wish he was like you a lot.
Oh, gee, Dad, just one. Come on, just like for an hour. Just a few for an hour. I mean, just for an hour. I really don't want you driving me to the prom. Come on, if my dad don't pay for it, well then I'll get a job. Or something. Hey?
Grandpa.
All right, you can drive us, but geez, don't look in the rearview mirror, all right, when we drop her off.
Grandpa. Grandpa. Teddy bear. Teddy bear. Grandpa. Grandpa, I love you, Grandpa.
Yeah, for a kid brother, you've turned out all right. Never would have thought the marriage would last. Done pretty well by yourself. Wish I could have done as well.
I told you 3 times. I reminded you twice. And then you didn't show up.
Well, I wish you wouldn't be so cheery about it. You never did like Buster. You know I couldn't bring myself to come down there when we had him put this. You know, I had that dog for 19 years. I mean, that Buster and I have known each other 4 times longer than you and I have been married.
Then you should have been there with me.
I just couldn't. He was so good right up to the end. I just hate to see him like that.
Well, he might have felt, you know, chipper at seeing you. Well, that's fine.
I felt like I was betraying him. I just couldn't. I didn't want him to look up at me, you know, when they were sliding the needle in, and you know, with his face on the table and kind of do the eyebrows like he always did. So trusting. I never hit him in 19 years. I never hit him for anything.
Well, you could have come down and held his paw.
I wanted to remember Buster's paws like they were when he could outrun any dog in the neighborhood, terrorize a smart-ass squirrel all the way to the end of the street, instead of all arthritis stuff.
The present for you. I was going to wait till your birthday, but I think you need it now. It's a scrapbook of his whole life. All the things you did together.
No. It's really sweet, honey.
I spent hours on it.
I know. Maybe I'll be in better shape to look at it in a couple of days.
I'll give it back in a couple of days. He went quietly.
This was his favorite chair.
Raw materials coming in. Oh, what do I do with them? Raw materials coming in. What do I do with them?
I had it here
Raw
a minute
materials
ago.
coming in.
I had it here
What do I do with them? Raw materials coming in.
A minute ago.
What do I do with
Did
them?
I take a shot?
Raw materials coming in.
Did I take a shot?
What am I doing with
I had
them?
it here a
Raw
minute
materials coming in.
I had it
What do I do with them?
Did I give you a
Raw
shot?
materials
I had
coming in.
it here.
Did I take a shot before?
Raw materials
Did I
coming
take
in.
a shot?
What do I do with them?
my number's
Raw materials coming in.
Hi.
My number's
Raw materials coming in. Raw materials coming in.
Irene, I have something to tell you.
Well, lay it on me. I'm ready.
Okay. I met a new man. And you know where I met him?
Golly gee.
I met him down at
At the bowling alley.
At the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Yep. I was just there trying to lift my ball, and he said, "Ma'am, can I find you a lighter ball?" And I said, "Sure." And he found me a lighter ball, and then we had coffee and we ate
Hot dogs.
hot dogs, coffee and hot dogs.
Those always give you gas
Well,
so badly.
they did. I couldn't sleep all night.
That's just like the last time when you were at the
Coliseum.
At the Coliseum, right? You sat down next to that fella who had the scorecard. He was keeping it, and you helped him fill it out.
Right.
And he gave you one of those
a cabbage.
cabbages. Right. He gave you autographed cabbage.
Right. He had a whole bag of them. He was
Drink your
a
tea.
greengrocer. Something or other.
He was a charming fellow. He gave us discounts on groceries for years.
He did. So anyway, I'm going to go out with this guy. You'll never guess where we're going.
Can I guess?
We are going to
Going to the flea market.
The flea market! That's right.
I knew it.
We're going to the flea market and we're going to buy a pound of hot tube socks.
You can get a great buy on tube socks.
I know. I wear them to bed every night, Irene.
Last time I was there, that's when I bought that whole case of
what was that?
The case of
gear shifts.
the gear shift. And I turned them right around at the garage sale that we had and made a bundle.
You made a bundle with those gear shifts, yeah.
This was one of my better buys. Right. The guy couldn't believe I wanted them, so he just really, caught him off guard. Got the price really low.
Well, anyway, we're going to go out, and I thought I would invite him home for dinner.
What a terrific idea. Listen.
What?
You need to fix in your specialty that,
that squid in plum sauce.
Squid in plum sauce. It gets them every time.
It sure does, right here. I think I'll do the squid and plum sauce, and I'll serve it with
broccoli flambe.
Broccoli flambe. You got to keep it away from the squid though, because that plum sauce makes it real.
Goes right up. But the two juxtaposition on the table. It's fireworks.
Well, it's almost as good as your mother's.
Help me. Her what?
Apple cream tart.
Yeah, her apple cream tart.
Oh,
Mother's apple
cream tart.
She kept my dad a happy man for years with
right.
the apple cream tart. Let me make some for your date.
Oh, would you?
I will do that. I'll do that.
Oh,
my
boy.
best friend, you bet.
You are terrific. Would you also make some of that
Seaweed salad.
that seaweed salad?
Oh, I'll be glad to.
Squid and seaweed salad.
I get
You've got a theme going
I think
here.
so. And then the green with the broccoli and the little
Right.
plain with the flambe.
Right,
I
right.
think we've got, yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing we need maybe is a big jar of
Pickles.
pickle to go with it.
When you think about senility, yes, the inability to form simple words and phrases, that's part of senility. When you think about senility, what is the thing you dread most when somebody says the word senility?
Drooling. Getting wet.
Drooling, I heard down here first. Drooling, thank you. Got to tell you that it ain't very cool. Sometimes when you get old, you might start to drool. I don't like when the water runs down off my face. It causes me to frown. It's like when you're in the dentist chair and he tells you lean over and spit right there, but your mouth is full of numbing effects. You make a spit and cause a wreck. When you get old and you start to drool, I think they should invent a fancy tool to tighten up your lip and make it zip, so your saliva won't start to drip. I hate drool. When you get the water all in your face and it runs around and it can't find a place to exit like it used to should, like down the back of your throat when it was good to swallow some of that moisture there. Well, hey, you can't just rub it in your hair. It's got to find a little release. The water in there has got to find peace. So naturally it tries to seek its own level, runs down your lip and gives you a devil of a problem in a social situation. You got to get up and you got to run for the men's or the ladies' room. Grab you some tissue, wipe that stuff off. Don't make it an issue when you get back to the table and your date and they say, how did it go? Just say great. Drool. I hate drool. Cause when you go out on the town, all your brothers and sisters are gathered round like a family reunion or a happy face, and you got those skid marks on your face. The spot where it started to dry up, little flaky white things start to fly up. When you go to kiss your nephews and nieces, and they start screaming, hey, they like their pieces, and they say, oh man, get away from me. Don't give me a lip lock, cause I will be all chapped and moist, and I don't like to see that stuff from your lip, cause it smells like pee. Get away from me, grandma, grandma. Don't let it wet and you can't pay me for a drool tool. Get it right now. It's a drool tool. Get it right now. Call 1-800-555-DROOL. Call 1-800-555-DROOL. Because operations are standing by. This tool is really fresh, really fly. Tighten up your lip, give you a zip. No more drool on your face to drip. I hate drool. I hate drool.
That was Flash Family's look at senility. Ooh, the lights almost went out there for a minute. We're going to do an extra piece tonight called Replay. It's a little different than the others because we're going to repeat things in it. Normally we don't do anything, whether it be in the same night or same run or year to year, we don't do anything over that we've done before. But in this piece, it gets repeated in a form, and you'll see in just a minute. Could I have a simple activity that 4 people might be involved in? Tennis. This gentleman has to get a suggestion in, okay? We didn't take orange earlier, so tennis it is. Thank you. Now, admittedly, a charming scene, not one that seems on the surface to be full of dramatic intrigue, but perhaps it's just lying under the surface. Let's see it again to make sure. Please, the same scene again.
Thank you, Keith.
Ball boy! Ball boy! Where's that ball boy?
Here.
Oh, he's dashing.
Muffy!
Admittedly, I see that sense of tension, that dramatic importance that underlies all of those actions and lines. What would it look like slowed down so that we got every nuance? Let's find out in slow motion.
He's dashing.
Great. Admittedly, now I can see so many ways that we might enrich the scene. Perhaps a different theatrical style or a TV, for instance, Shakespeare. How would Shakespeare have done this very scene? Let's see.
Where comes that young buck?
Alas, poor Spaulding, I knew him well.
Amaze me.
Oh, Muffy. Muffy, thou hast whetted 1,000 daggers in my thoughts, which thou hast whetted on my stony heart to stab at but half an hour of my life. The rest is silence.
I think you agree that Will would have done well with that. How about another movie director?
Woody Allen!
Woody Allen, please.
La-di-da, la-di-da.
know this is a restricted club, so...
It was kind of cute. Well, like, I thought his name was Muffy, but I wasn't sure because she was there and then she wasn't there. I think we need a temperature. Oh, wait, I could trip or someone can fall over this net here. It's so dangerous.
Perhaps a TV style of
I Love Lucy.
MTV.
a sitcom in the form of I Love Lucy with that emphasis?
Ethel, where is that friend? Lucy! I don't know.
There it is. Bounce off a little Ricky.
Wide open, another style. Slow down, Wolf. 1, 2, 3. I heard opera in there someplace. I don't know how.
To Ireland. And so could I have a suggestion of a, let's say, one-word problem that happens between people who are in permanent relationships?
Anger.
Anger. Thank you very much.
What do you mean?
Turn the lights up, Angus. I can't see the dartboard. Oh, that's better.
Kevin O'Shea, I finally caught up with you.
Oh, Deirdre. Who'd have thought I'd see you in the pub?
Well, I had to come here, excuse me, to find you.
Well, sure, it's Thursday night. It's me night out with the lads.
Well, I know, but I had to find you to apologise.
Well, what would you be apologising for, woman? What would you be after talking to me like that?
Dad had got so angry last night at you. I mean, after all, you were only having your bit of fun. And I think, I don't know what I think. I don't know what happened.
What, Deirdre, honey? You're Irish. You got red hair and green eyes, and you're named Deirdre. What am I supposed to think? Of course you're going to get mad at me. I'm an Irish man, and you're married to me. How could you not get mad at me?
You're right, you're right. But I have to find a way to control my temper. Because I'm after feeling bad every time I get mad at you.
Well, you know, sometimes I really give you something to be mad about, though.
Like last night.
Well, that was a bit of a rough one.
We're going to hear about it.
Oh, not that again.
What's the Pope is
Why do you have these conversations in private?
Oh, are you kidding me?
We don't have a piano player at home, that's why.
Well, last night when you came to me bed, you were so cold and damp that I said, please get out to here and don't turn on the lamp.
Then she said, please get out of here and don't turn on the lamp.
Well, it never seemed to stop you, lass, from placing your 2 cold feet against the small of me warm back. It feels like a block of meat.
Against the small of my warm back, it feels like a block of meat.
Well, if my feet are cold, my dear, it's 'cause you're never there. You're never there to warm them up. You're always at your hair.
You're never there to warm them up. You're always at your hair.
Fine looking hair, too, huh?
Well, I will admit me dresses take a lot of me valuable time. But the girl down at the barber shop, she likes the way I rhyme.
The girl down at the barber shop, she likes the way you rhyme.
Scandalous.
Well, I bet she likes the way you rhyme, that little miss. I bet she likes the way you rhyme, and I like the way you kiss.
I bet she likes the way you rhyme and she likes the way you kiss.
Yeah, what they said, that's right. Well, you bet she likes the way I rhyme and she likes the way I kiss. You ought to see her eyes roll up, it's like osculating bliss.
You ought to see her eyes roll up, it's like osculating bliss.
Well, I like it when you kiss me too. I like it very much. I wish you'd be at home more often and give me touch.
She wish she'd be at home more often and give her lot more fuck than whenever that was.
Touches is what it wasn't, touches is what she wants. Well, Kate, fair Kate, let's go right now back to our little shanty. And I will take you on my knee and see if you're wearing a panty.
Let's see if I'm wearing a panty. Yes, he will take me on his knee and see if I'm wearing a panty.
Take her back to the shanty, lads. I'll take her back to the shanty. And I'll take her upon my knee and see if she's wearing a panty.
Take her back to the shanty.
Take her back to the shore.
Whatever.
I'll take her upon my knee and see if she's wearing a panty. To see if she's wearing a panty, lads. To see if she's wearing a panty. I'll take her upon my knee and see if she's wearing a panty. I'll take her upon my knee and take her on my knee. I'll take her on my knee, my love. Everybody, you know where?
Thank you, everybody, for staying along, giving us your suggestions. We could not have done this show without you because we don't know what we're going to do until you give us those suggestions. So if you've never been here before, come back and check that out. This has been a lot of fun. This is our 3rd show of 6, so we have 3 more here Saturday nights at this location. If you're not on the mailing list, get on it. We'll let you know when we're playing again sometime in the spring. We'll be back. For those of you who are in corporations, Corporate Vitality, which is an affiliate business of Sue Walden and Company, is having some public previews to demonstrate how we use improv games in a corporate setting, like corporatize them, to teach very important concepts. So there's some invitations out there. Pick those up there next week and the week after. Make those available to you.
We've got recess coming up, we've got couples play night, lots of fun things, a lot more shows. And we want to thank some very special people who helped us do the show tonight but didn't get to get up here and get in the lights. Like our house manager, Milo Jarvis. Our wonderful crew and our camera guy back there, Bill Krause.